Good afternoon everyone, I'm KingBlackToof. It's lovely to have you here. So I'm going to play through The Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawling game with roguelike elements, and I think it's a really good game, okay? But I've done my review now and you can watch that if you'd like. It's very formal, and I think watching this in an informal way will really teach you whether you want to buy the game or not. So I'm going to play through it. Now the first thing I want to go over before we get started is you've got Arcana, which are your spells. You can customize 4 of these before you go into any dungeon, and we've got a basic, a dash, a standard spell, and a signature arcana. Okay, and I'll show you what I've got so far. That's my standard. I've got some sort of like attack which just does that. I've got a dash which allows you to move, and occasionally I'll get an ice clone when it's on cooldown. I've got my standard attack, which is this, which looks really nice. And we've also got my signature I've chosen is this one. Okay, and the game has over 100 of these, so there's a lot of customization, an absolute massive amount of customization. I'm going to go with Bolt Rail for this particular run. I'm going to keep my dash with that. For this, I think I would like to go for Distortion Beam. And the signature I'm going to keep as the Volt Pinball. I really like its defensive properties, because if people try and get near me, they get knocked away. Now you also get to customize your character a little bit, just on little outfits, and they change like run speed and evade. I've got decreased cooldown and increased run speed, which I'm going to do that. I think I'll give that a go. And finally, you've got relics in the game. Now relics are items that you can equip 1 before you start, and you can collect them, you know. Same with Arcana, you collect them as you go through, which is nice. Okay, and I've chosen the Mirror Shield. And the Mirror Shield gives me this bubble, which protects me from a projectile for a short period of time. Okay, so they're all the customizable things that you want to do before you go into a thing, and you go and collect some Arcana and relics as you go through. Okay, so the story is quite loose. You're this wizard here, and basically you want to enter the Chaos Trials to become the Wizard of Legend, and you'll face the Chaos Council, I believe, which are these blokes here. So you've got 2 levels and a boss, 2 levels and a boss, 2 levels and a boss, and final boss. And that is the main game, okay? If you manage to get through all that, you've become the Wizard of Legend. There's a lot of replayability, but it just basically is this. You're going to be fighting these. Now these bosses and their zones are random. So I'm going to be fighting the ice person first. Okay, so here we are. There's a lot of really nice quality of life. If you run for a period of time, you go dashing. You can break stuff just by running over it, instead of actually having to sit there and do that all the time, which is really nice. Bollocks. So I mean, the game is really nice, and I think it's got the potential to be very flashy. Now it's quite difficult early on because you've got a limited moveset to be flashy, but it's pretty nice and play. I think its combat is just really good, you know. Its movement is really good. It just feels like a good game to play. I actually like it a lot. So biased here, I suppose, but I think if you played it, you'll enjoy it too. Okay. But you'll get more Arcana as you go. We've got, as you can see in the bottom left, we've got 4. We've got 2 extra slots and a standby slot, and we will get more Arcana later so we can chain more things together. And I think this game is quite skill based, because as you can see, they do give you time to dodge things, which is nice. And in the top left, you can see under my health bar I've got this blue bar, and that is your signature move gets empowered while you're in the blue bar. So you charge the blue bar by doing attacks. So it's a really good thing to try and do. We're fighting a mini boss here, which is not too difficult now. We've killed out all the little people. Okay, that's really good. So as you notice, I haven't really gone through the whole map yet. I could go and do that. I think I will just go and explore the map a little bit and show you some more things before I go on to the next stage. Oh my god. Great stuff. Yeah, I think using the environment is really key here because, I mean, you can knock your enemies into the thing, into the pits. You can obviously utilize the environmental things that you saw earlier. Getting him in there is really nice. Got some crystals, some health, which is nice. I think health is very important. So this is a shop. This shop sells me Arcana. Now I generally don't like buying Arcana because you'll get some as you progress anyway. The enhanced version is pretty nice, but we don't have that spell. Every single Arcana has an enhanced version. Well, actually that one doesn't. But that's the special one. And what's really nice, another piece of quality of life, is that you get portals to the important areas. So here's some relics I can buy. Now this is what I really like to buy. So we've got Amulet of Sundering, Infinity Marble, Dark Katana, and Vampire Eyeglasses. I'm going to go with Amulet of Sundering. Increase all damage dealt, which is pretty good. I haven't got enough money for anything else, so we'll leave it there. We'll go to the next level now. So quality of life is really good. Combat I really like. There's potential to be really stylish, but I'm not very good at it. And you probably won't be that stylish early on because you've only got a couple of spells. But the movement, it feels good. It focuses on the combat, which is the best aspect of the game. And as you progress further, well, I'll say this, that the enemies you fight will pretty much be the same for the entire game. But as you progress further, they get harder with new abilities and they become more aggressive and they dodge you more as well. So although the enemies are generally the same, there's a couple of different ones based on the particular zone you're in. So I'm in an ice zone, so I might get a couple of ices. Let's knock them off the edge, I think is a good idea. But they will get harder with, you know, they'll be more aggressive, which is really nice. It's the best way to actually, I think they did the perfect example there. Of making it harder the right way. Rather than just making them have more health, they actually made the enemies harder, which is the best thing they could have done. I'm going to run out of that blue thing, so I'm going to put it on anyway. I really do like my defensive things. Now, like I said, there's over 100 different styles of Arcana to use, so you can mix and match, and there's a lot of collecting that you can do. So if you check on the map to the left, just there's an enemies bar, and it shows you that I've killed about just over 50% of enemies, and I think that's represented here. I'm not entirely sure what this does, whether it makes the reward worse or the enemies harder. I'm going to fight it for now. Right, we've got the soldier mini-boss, which is not too difficult when you get rid of all his little boys. It's actually quite easy then. But you'll notice with bosses, it comes onto a dodge and... it's a very dodge and then reaction style fighting. And the reason I say that is because... oh, we've got this. Alchemist Stone, what's that? The cursed item, so I can't drop it. All Chaos Gems gained during the Chaos Trials are transmuted into gold. Okay. But yeah, with bosses, they'll barrage you with several attacks, and then they'll become vulnerable for a bit after they've done some attacks. If you hit them while they're vulnerable, they get stunned, and then you can wail on them as much as you want and try and go for the style until they recuperate, and then it goes into dodging and then retaliating and then dodging. And you'll see that here. This is a good example. So this is the main boss, and there's 3 main bosses. They'll always be the same every time you run it. The frost, the earth, and the fire. But they are random what order they're in, and the further they are in the level, the harder they are. So the ice one here, I'd say this is the second hardest. I like earth as the easiest, so I'd like to see him at the end. I think fire is probably the hardest one. So she's only going to do a couple of attacks before she becomes vulnerable. And then we can wail on her. And you can see that she's got like a bit of a glow around her, which means she's not vulnerable. You can still hit her, don't get me wrong, but she won't stun her like this, so I can't wail on her a lot. See, I mean, I can do that, see? So it doesn't stun her. Bollocks! I love it! Right. I love my defensive cooldowns here. Yeah, that's fine. And she's dead. So if I'd have met her later on, she would have been harder. She would have done more attacks and probably done them faster. But she's always going to have the same similar attacks though. So in terms of learning her patterns, once you've learned them, that's it really. And we've got a new spell. I haven't seen this one before. Binary Splashdown. Throw down a burst of water that draws in foes before blasting into the sky and splashing down. So it's... Whoa, whoa, that's pretty damn cool. I like it. So we're into the fire zone now. I think she's probably one of the harder main bosses. I would have liked to see her earlier, but you know, when they get harder, they basically just do an extra attack. She did 3 attacks, then became vulnerable. The fire person will do 4 attacks now before becoming vulnerable. And as you can see, all the normal enemies will start getting harder now as we progress. They'll start being more aggressive and having more spells themselves. You have to dodge a lot more of them, which is really, really good. See, this guy's dashing at me a lot. The pain. Oh, he got me. He hit me with some sort of exploding thing. Excellent. We've got an enhanced. Now, I said before, I think I don't like buying these. We could fill up that extra slot, but as you see, we get them anyway. And you will earn these eventually. You don't get to keep them when you get them here, but you gain the crystals at the bottom of the screen, and you can buy them from the main hub world. Enhanced though, that'd be interesting to buy. Every move has an enhanced version, or most do. That's a special type of one that you get from completing a run. But an enhanced of my dash, because I have that one, leaves an extra decoy at the end of a dash. So I get 1 decoy. I bought it, I would get another decoy. Should I give it a go? Yeah, I think you guys would like to see. So I get 2 decoys now, which is just added safety there. Only happens when the cooldown is off though, but you can dash. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. So these are vampire eyeglasses. Regenerate health every time you land a crit. Okay, so we've got to keep out for landing crits, I suppose. Now one thing that might be quite important to a lot of you, that you probably don't realise quite yet, is that dashing is not actually invincible. It took me a while to actually get my mind around that. It feels like your dash should be invincible, you know? Oh wow. But it's not. Let's get him in there if possible. There we go. Using the environment's really nice. But yeah, you can't dash through enemies. There might be something which allows you to do that later. But in general, that's not been the case. He's starting to do weird spells now, which he wasn't doing before. But I think the combat is really good. One of the main issues I have with the game is that it's considerably short, and I just basically want more of the same. The game does have local co-op, so you can run through this arcana. There is only the 10 levels that I said. 2 places in a boss, 2 levels in a boss, 2 levels in a boss, and final boss. So there's local co-op, which you can do, and there's also local PvP, which is interesting. Right, I tried to knock these off, you can't actually do that. Okay. The thing is, I don't like dashing while I'm on the air, because you just dash off it. But other than that, there's no actual other game modes. Now, there is replayability, going around getting all the arcana, and you know, all the relics and purchasing them and doing stuff. But the enemies will pretty much be the same, and so will the bosses. They're all going to be exactly the same, just in different orders. Combo gloves, freezing sprite Naya. I'm going to go with a combo glove. Basic arcanas have extra combo, so a bit more of that. Freezing sprite Naya. Summon a sprite that freezes enemies. Only one sprite can be held at a time. Nerite shell. Adds chance to slow. Nice. So there's tons of relics in the game as well, but what you'll find is the relics are pretty cool, but they won't change your moveset dramatically. There are some really nice ones. Use your arcana infinite times, and some other weird things like dashing multiple times and stuff like that, which is really nice for movement. But they're not going to change the way your run goes dramatically, like you might see in games like Binding of Isaac, where it can get absurd with loads of items, which is a shame. And without the different game modes, like because it's a roguelike, they could have done different playthroughs, give you deeper dungeons. That'd be an easy thing to do. Deeper dungeons, more enemies earlier, harder enemies earlier. I think that might happen when you complete the game multiple times. The enemies get harder earlier, but they're still the same enemies. You know. I don't know how I did in that one. I think I didn't do too well. Didn't even get a chest for that one. Okay. Okay, that one didn't go too well, that particular area. We've got ourselves a room which this guy wants to buy my relics for me, I believe, if I want to. I don't think I've got any relics that I don't particularly want, so we're fine with that. Yeah. Okay, so we killed all the enemies this time. We got a shortcut there. I might get that healing potion if I have enough. We'll see. Here we go. So we got the warrior one again. Not too bad that time. Loads of stuff. We probably don't need that health thing, honestly. We're going to get some health later. Is there anything worth buying? I think that increases my frost damage. Or it might have a chance to... Hold up. Has a chance to freeze. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. So I've got a chance to slow them. I've got a chance to freeze them. It's pretty good. Okay, on to the next one. The enemies are getting progressively harder. But yeah, so they could have done more, you know, different types of game modes, I think. One of the next things. Basically, I love the game, but I just want more, you know. There is replayability, but not really the incentivization to actually do it. This is a horrible area. God, alright. That was really horrible. Those fire things were really horrible. Got some money. Oh, got a special chest. Worry about that in a minute. Fire, lightning, lightning. Not sure I have any fire. I think my destruction beam can count as one of anything, I think. So, fire. We're getting okay health. It feels bad to always buy a potion, but to be honest, you could probably complete the game without going through any of this. I mean, you know, without any upgrades, you'd probably still be able to beat the final boss with it. Bolt. Oh, yes. So we got the enhanced bolt basic. Final burst is larger and shocks foes. Okay. Now we do have to wait for it to get larger because we've got an extra attack, but our basic is really good right now. I did have one once where I could shoot infinitely with my main attacks. I was just chaining that for ages, holding it down. It was really good. Where the... God, it's quite a big place, this. But the running comes in handy. Right. But yeah, so it's probably quite important to tell you, and I will say it towards the end again, how long it took me to complete the game. It depends. I mean, like, one run through of all these levels took me 2 hours. I completed like the main thing in 2 hours. I think every subsequent playthrough I've done, I've pretty much had it knocked down, you know. Oh, I don't have enough money. Yeah. So I can complete the game. It took me 2 hours to complete it. I completed it on my fourth playthrough. Obviously, there is replayability that you can keep going down in there, getting the crystals, unlocking new arcana, beating the game, which gives you access to certain arcana which you'll be able to get out. But these chaos ones, you get that completely. Oh boy! But yeah, it's relatively easy to beat now. Because just getting through is not too difficult. Really, it's about knowing the patterns. Way we got Taffy. Now, I haven't managed to beat Taffy very often, but basically he's a special room where you've got to try and kill him before he gets unstunned, as you can see. And if you do, you get some prizes. Now, the issue is this little sprite keeps hitting him, so I might drop that for now, so I can get him in a corner and then get him good. I've not been able to do it too much, but I think we did it easy there. Well, there you go. And he drops down some loads of stuff, and also an arcana, which is a drill, which is a really nice one. That looks really nice. Remember, I mean, like, you can shift all these rounds. Signature is the one that gets increased when your like mage power gets to full. And you can switch these rounds so that one gets better and that one gets better. But I really like the defensive one. That's really nice that we got that. It was pretty easy. It was quite difficult before. I think it might be because this does a lot of damage. It's not one that you're going to have when you start. I've earned that one as played through. You know, it's starting to look a little stylish now, isn't it? Starting to look a little stylish. There we go. We didn't finish them all, but that's fine. Kill all the enemies and then... So all the mini-bosses are going to be the same, like I've mentioned. You've always got a warrior, a mage, a rogue, and such and such and such. And same with the bosses, they're always the same. They're just randomized. So, plaguing sprite, noxious dapper cat. Chance to add poison. So we're the ailment build, so to speak. This particular map. Okay, so we've got the Fire Lady. I think she's one of the tougher ones. But we'll see how we do. Got my defensive shield. Oh, there we go. So because she's halfway, she's going to do 4 attacks before she gets... 4 attacks before she bollocks into me. Yeah, she hit me a bit. There's obviously achievements for... Oh, I missed that. No way I'm getting to her. I hate this one. Alright. We did okay, we lost a bit. We can't go down and get the health, unfortunately, but I'm sure we'll get something here. And we've got another Arcana. This has gone into backup. I didn't even use that. I forgot about that one. Honestly, I haven't just done that one. We've got the Ice Spear. And that's quite good for like spearing certain lower enemies. But oh, by the way, I'm playing on an Xbox pad on a PC. I think it really does work well with controllers. So if you're buying it on PS4 or something, then it plays really well. You can probably be a little more accurate with PC, but I find that it's just, I don't know, it's more stressful, I find, on PC. Trying to remember all the controls and stuff. So now they're again going to get even stronger. There's certain ones that are really difficult. Get off. We're in the Earth place now. You can't run off areas either, but you can dodge off them. Yeah! See, this is why it's fun. I mean, I love it. I love it, man. Okay. These guys are really trying to come at me a lot. We got some coins. I'm sure it'll be useful. Okay, we can buy some Arcana again. I'm full, but we can get an enhanced. I love enhancements though. Adds additional drill charge. So what does that mean then? Oh, 2 gives you 2, and right next to this shop too. So you can only actually hold what is that? 10 relics. Ifrit's is probably a fire increase. Ring of Reserves. Don't know what that is. Can't afford any of them anyway, apart from potion. Okay. But yeah, like I said, they're not going to dramatically change the thing. So most times when you come in, you'll be fighting. You know, you'll know what's going to happen. You can understand things. Nothing's going to get outright crazy. The craziest ones I think are the cursed ones. I've had some pretty crazy cursed ones. And you can't drop those. Where the fuck am I? That's a good question. I think that room went pretty badly actually, to be honest. Might have to buy that potion, but to be honest there's not much else to buy. I'm not going to buy Arcanas. And Relics I'm getting quite full, so... just unlocking you, man. I love it. Yeah, I mean, these enemies are becoming quite difficult. Is what you want, really. Yeah. Trees are the bane of my existence on this game. Being able not to see where things are. Okay, so here's a cursed room. Well, you don't actually pay with money, you pay with your soul. No, but you pay with something. Usually a positive and a negative. Paranormasicon. What'd that do? Your attacks on counter members are more punishing. Enemy attacks pack an extra punch. What? What? I have no idea. So I'm better against council members, but I assume enemies against normal enemies hurt me more. Suppose. Oh wow, careful. Okay, good. So let's buy that then. I think we've got enough. We've got the Midas. It's obviously something to do with coins. I think we don't need that now. We're getting towards the end. Getting rid of that archer is going to be the one. And the road boy. Healing. Dead, instant death. Not instant, but close enough. Okay, yeah, we got a lot of health there. I think we've got one more level, right? You're not going to be able to purchase anything if you're onto the boss. Yeah, so we've got the final level, and you always seem to get 2 stores, one for relics, one for arcana. So fine. Okay, I was looking. Didn't want to use that though, did I? Right, this is not going well. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna need to find that store. I don't normally do this badly. Let's just say, let's put it down to. Put it down to skill. The lack of skill. But I do think this game really has the potential to give you a lot of crazy stuff and you can really shine through and stuff, you know, which is great. But it's hard, it's always hard. I mean, I've never... It's like Devil May Cry and all that, and loads of games you can be fancy and... It takes skill. I ain't got it. What was this? Okay, we found the Arcana, which is not the one we want. What's this? Wander Frost. I don't have that. So I'm not going to buy it. But we're getting close to the end now. The full run. Okay, we've just got 2 bosses after this particular level, and the bosses don't change, but they are working on a new boss, a new level zone thing, which is the Sky Palace, which will probably be related to wind, obviously. So hopefully they bring that in. It works. It helps extend the game more content. I mean, they've got tons and tons of Arcana, but there's not a whole lot of reason to come back, and apart from collecting them if you'd like that type of thing. But this is just my personal opinion. I really kind of feel like I do need to go and find that other store. Yep, that's not the store right there, is it? That's not the store right there either. Right, get rid of that tree. Birds immune though. Right, did quite well there actually. They're awkward. Oh, is that my low health? Holy crap! I've never been this low health before. Oh right, we can actually sell an Arcana and get health back. That's useful, isn't it? Alright, let's do that, I think. I don't know which one it's going to take though, it doesn't... Ice Spear, thank you. Thank you very much. You going to do it once? Oh god, that didn't give me much, did it? Okay. I'll just have to be godlike on these bosses, won't I? Those guys with that bleeding thing that always get me. I think I'm fucking dead. I think I'm fucking dead. Here it is. This is gonna give me like 200, I think. Okay, about 100. No, I don't know, 150. Oh, Gaia's Heart. That's the cookie box. Right, you can only carry 9. So what's this? Makes you believe all your attacks result in crits. What? When did I pick that up? Increase max health, but it doesn't actually increase health, so to speak. Oh wow, a bit late for that now though, I think. I like that regenerate health every time you land a crit and makes me believe that I'm landing crits. It's nice. I want to keep that because I have no idea what it's doing. Oh, it's cursed anyway, so I can't drop it. I'm thinking about dropping Gaia's Heart because I need that mirror shield, and the fact that it increases my maximum health doesn't mean anything because I haven't got that much health. Fuck. So we've got the fight. We've got 2 bosses to come with minimal-ish health. We've got a little bit, but it's not as much as you'd hope. You'd hope for full. You are going to get a bit of health. So I don't know. This might be a run that ends in death. A little bit of health. We're on half health. We won't ever be on full, I don't think. Right, let's try. We're on the Earth guy. He's got an attack which is quite difficult. I'd really like to just... This is the one that's quite difficult. If you get caught in a short one, it's... Oh, this one's annoying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. We're doing okay. I don't know if I've been hit. I might have. Yeah, I think I lost about 20 health there, but generally good fight, I think. Oh, some health orbs is beautiful. I love it. And what's this? Breaking Twister. Slow moving burst of air that slows and damages all enemies nearby. I'll give it a shot. Let's have a look. I think I like that. Okay, final boss time. We'll get a little bit more health, but we'll see how we do. We've got a lot of money, which doesn't mean anything now because we can't buy any stuff. So Master Sura is the final boss. He's the final council member. We're just here to test our skills. We're not, you know... We've got to knock the big guy off, hit him. There we go. Now that's not even his final form, so I tried to keep that a secret there for a second. Now he's going all wizard on me. Oh, I hate that one. Alright, 34 hit combo is pretty good. Oh, he slowed me down or something. Alright, we took a few hits but it didn't do much. And then he's going to do his Chaos one. Oh, bollocks. Oh, I missed it. Missed his weak phase there for a second, if you notice. And then... yeah, I'm not doing too good at hitting him when he's vulnerable. But... okay. Fuck, you know? Alright, just a little bit more and we're fine. I think this might be it. Right, well done. He got me, he nearly got me. But we did well. I mean, I'm just saying, after I've completed it once, which on my about 4th try, I've never lost a run so far. That was quite touch and go, but I've never lost a run. Okay. So this is the end. We finished Wizard of Legend. We have become the Wizard of Legend, and all the people are here to congratulate me. The fire, ice, and earth bloke. We are going to get the sky one. So there's a new arcana which I'll check out, which can only be done by completing it. It can only be obtained by completing it. So he is making the sky palace, which will include new zones, new enemies, and new boss. That's all I know of what's happening development-wise. But it was made by those two people, Bundy and Dahoon, I think. And there's my stats there. Took me 39 minutes for a full run. And this is a callback to the opening tutorial where we're in a museum. And basically, I'm not the person I was, I don't think, as you can see. But these are all the things that I entered the Chaos Trials was. So this is the Wizard of Legend exhibit. Okay, so these are all the things that I entered with. And these are all the people that I met. These are the ones that I picked up and used during it. These are the relics that I had. And that's it. Wizard of Legend. Okay, you'll get put back into the title screen. So, Wizard of Legend, as a small recap, I love the game. It's fun. You know, I love the combat. It's really nice. It's got local co-op and local PvP. but there's no different game modes. There's no difficulty. I feel like there should either be an endless where you keep going down, or there should be deeper dungeons, you know, or harder enemies earlier on, or make the enemies even harder, or, you know, there's so many roguelike elements that could be tweaked to add freshness to new playthroughs. Obviously there are over 100 arcanas and relics and stuff that you can collect. Let's have a look at that one that I just earned. It was this one, Arcane Intervention. Allows you to teleport all nearby enemies into a chaos storm. So let's assume that all these are enemies, and this is a one. Okay, interesting. So it's all enemies that are near me when it goes off. Okay, so that is Wizards of Legend. You know, you can go around and collect some of these things if you'd like. So remember, you can only equip one of them to start with, and you can buy some of these. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the description below. And if you want a more formal, concise review, then I've put a review on as well. But, you know, I really do like the game, but I just feel like there's not enough meat on it. I can play through again, but it will be the exact same 10 levels, maybe in a different order. But the enemies I'll fight are going to be the same. The bosses are going to be the same with the same patterns. It just means that if I fought the ice guy at the end, she would do more attacks before becoming vulnerable. So, love it. Just want more meat. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again very soon.